Today in this video, we are going to be finding God in numbers, talking about how to recognize the divine through numerology. If that's something that you're interested in, then stick around. I just tried to record this video and the sound did not record. So I know that this is very important. This is some of the most important information that we need in our life when it comes to being able to recognize God in everything inside and outside in creation. So the fact that we have 0 and 1, 1 and 0 at the beginning and end of the number line is telling us something when it comes to how God says, I am the beginning and the end. I am the Alpha, the Omega, that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Okay, we're already seeing some of that same energy. 2, the sum of 2 through 9 equals 44. You can check that on your own accord, but if you add 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9, you're going to get 44, which is a master number. Now, if you add 2 through 8, you're going to get 35. Okay, so if you do not include the 9, you get 35. If you do include the 9, you get 44. With that being said, they both add up to the number 8. There is a scripture that says, the joy of the Lord is our strength. Okay, the joy of the Lord, I'm getting like, if you're looking at this as parents, if you're looking at this as the receptive energy and this as the expressive energy, if we're just taking the example to look at these as parents, the joy of the Lord is our strength. Okay, you can look at this as like the twins, okay, the twins, but also, even if we weren't including the 9, we still get this energy of 8, which is 2 circles. Okay, we can still look at that as twins. Okay, now the 9 is the anomaly here. With the 9, we get a master number. Without the 9, we get 35, which still equals the same thing. So without the master teacher, we are still able to get this. But with the master teacher, we get a master number. We get a multiple of 11. We get ascension. We get spiritual awakening. We get divine remembrance, as well as the same result. Now, the 9, if everything in the universe is made of ones and zeros or lines and curves, because in computer programming, everything is made up of zeros and ones. The movie The Matrix, it's as if everything is made up of these same things, these lines and curves. So the 9 is a line. It's a 1 and a 0 that's stacked this way. Now, we can bring in the concept of the Hermit card in the tarot. In the next video, we can get more into the tarot symbolism, but I'm still going to bring it up here because it is relevant. So the 9, which also relates to the 9th house Jupiterian energy, higher learning, okay? Again, archetypes. God is everywhere if you're just willing to connect the dots. Wasn't that a kid's game? When you can connect the dots, whatever. Oh, it looks like a little house, whatever. Okay, so the 9 is the master teacher, the good shepherd. The good shepherd is willing to lose its life for the sheep. The good shepherd is willing to leave the 99 and go in search of the 1. To me, I get the energy that God is low-key this energy of the hermit, okay? The good shepherd, that is not some God in the sky, some God that's outside of what we're living in. No, the God that we know and love is in this simulation with us, is leading us and guiding us and teaching us through the soul's journey. When we look at 014410, right? We get the fact that it is said in the collective about the 144,000, something about the 144. Now, there's also this mirror here, which to me, the 5 is the mirror. Okay. Mirrors are all throughout creation. Looking through the veil, through the looking glass, a mirror. There's a separation. There's different forms of separation in the world, but the fact that, so with the mirror we have 14 and 41, but 144, the 144,000, I don't know, for some reason that just keeps coming up about the 144. If we didn't include the zeros, so like if we didn't have this 10 or the 0 and we just had 1 through 9, again 2 through 8 makes 35, which equals 8. It's interesting. It's almost like without the 10, the 9 is the leader, but without the 9, the 8. It's almost like this becomes the leader. I don't know why I'm seeing that. Whatever. All right. So 2 through 8, which equals 35, and then 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 plus 8 equals 9. Now, first of all, this is the moon card, which on the moon card, there is an image of a veil. Like you have to be able to see through. There's always more that meets the eye. There's something about the 1, the 8, and the 9. Oh my God, because that's the 2 zeros. That's the 2 zeros. The 1 is the magician. The 8 is the strength. And the 9 is the hermit. Now, the magician and the strength in the tarot have infinity halos above the person in the image. The hermit is holding the lantern. I'm getting the feeling of like how there's really like a hidden one of those, as if, oh yeah, it definitely, because I also have this theory, which I've shown. Do I want to do it with regular? So if there's always a mirror, if there's always a veil, right? Because we learned how to write on roads, right? We learned how to write on paper that had 2 lines with a little dash in the middle. Now, to me, the dashes are showing us something about like a veil. The dashes are like the veil to me. So I figured this out. I went through this whole thing where I wrote Arabic numbers, which is like this, and then you have Roman numerals, which are, like those, right? 1, 5, 10. Okay. So when you write, I'm just going to rewrite the numbers here. It looks different with Roman numerals, but let's just say that this is a veil, that there's a mirror here, and then you can cast a reflection, right? If you put the reflections, I'm just going to skip the Arabic numerals because it's really not the same, but there's something about that 8 and then here. So you have 81, 0 and 1 turns into 81, and 1 and 8 turns into 18. So again, that hidden energy of the hermit here, it's like you have that 1 and the 0, but there's that hidden component there. The last shall be first. Like, to me, that's saying that the hermit is really first. And then I hear that Yo Gotti song, 9 times 9 is 81. All my 80s babies born in 81. I just be hearing that 9 times 9 is 81, but 9 plus 9 is 18. Now, if you look at a plus sign, which is like a lowercase t, or you look at a multiplication sign, which is like looking at that from a different angle. It's like a T on its side. So I have this whole thing too where I like to go through the letters and notice where the letters are really just like flipped around and bopped around. And it's really just the same thing. It's a whole bunch of lines and curves, letters and numbers. It's the same. Like God is androgynous, is the points that I keep getting to. So how interesting is that? 9 times 9 is 81, the beginning number. But 9 plus 9 is 18, which is that number at the end. It's very interesting how the 1 and the 8 are so significant, but how it equals the 9, the magician and the strength, to be able to manifest, but to also have like self-control, one that's able to bridle and temper. There's a lot of spiritual truth happening within the number system. I guess that's really just my point. And I, I hope that this wasn't too scattered today. I hope that you were able to follow along, and we will pick it up next time. I want to talk about things that I recognize when it comes to colors in all of creation, but also how it's depicted in the tarot, because that's how we learn, okay? The the seven liberal arts, where we learn about letters, numbers, science. It's like we're supposed to study God. We're supposed to study ourselves. Know thyself is the ancient proverb. So again, these videos, this channel, it's about teaching you how to seek God. This is for my truth seekers, lovers of light, lovers of God. And we're just finding God through all of creation, finding truth, using our intuition, using our discernment. Okay, because these are just things I feel like I'm spending time with God as I look at the numbers, as I look at nature, as you experience God through the creation. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.